The discovery of the Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization also is known as Harappan Civilization. When this Indus Valley Civilization was discovered, in 1921, R.B. Dayaram Sahani, an Indian archaeologist, found a number of seals from the village Harappa, now in Pakistan. Archaeologist known as R.B. Dayaram Sahani in 1921. In 1921, R.B. Dayaram Sahani, he discovered this Harappa civilization, village Harappa. And the next year, 1922, another huge city was excavated, hidden under the sands and bricks of Harappa. The same year, R.D. Banerjee made similar excavations in Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. Thus, the Archaeological Survey of India unearthed one of the greatest ancient civilizations of the world, known as Indus Valley or Harappan culture. If you see here, in 1921 and 1922, two of the cities known as Harappa and 1922 Mohenjo-daro, these two cities were found out. Next is the sources of Harappan culture or Harappan civilization. What are the sources available to study about the Harappan civilization? The main sources of the Harappan culture are the archaeological evidences. To study about the Harappan civilization, the main sources we have, that is archaeological. That means not a written one. These includes, archaeological sources includes ancient cities, buildings, pottery, seals, toys, weights and measures, ornaments, tools and weapons. These are the sources to study about the Harappan culture or Harappan civilization. We have, what is that, ancient cities are found out, their buildings are there, pottery, seals are found, their toys, weights and measures, and ornaments they used to wear, and tools they used to use, and weapons. These are the sources on which we can depend upon the information regarding the Harappan culture. Sites of the Indus Valley civilization. What are the sites? Some of the major sites other than Mohenjo-daro and Harappa civilization, we have another is Lothal, found in Gujarat. The Harappan civilization which we have here, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are the bigger cities. Other than these two cities, other cities are there, that is Lothal in Gujarat, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Ropar in Punjab, Alamgiri in Uttar Pradesh, Banawali in Hisar district, Haryana, Kordiji in Pakistan. These are the other cities which are found in Harappan civilization. Next one, chief features of the Harappan culture. What are the main features, characteristics of Harappan culture? One is town planning. The Indus Valley people had an excellent skill in town planning. They were very good in town planning. Second one is the streets and the lanes of their towns were laid out according to a set plan. Their streets and the roads, lanes of the towns were built according to a plan. Next one, these were straight and cut each other at right angles. The roads and the lanes were straight, not curved. These, these were straight and cut each other at right angles. The roads were wide enough. The roads in Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and other cities in Indus Valley civilization were wide enough. The streets were paved with fire-burnt bricks. The streets were how they used to construct the streets. They used fire-burnt bricks. There were covered drains running under them. Beside the roads, there were drains which were covered. There were lamp posts at regular distances. Street lamps we have. Same way, there were also lamp posts on the streets. This is what town planning. Next one is drainage system. Mohenjo-daro, Lothal and other cities are known to have a good drainage system. House drains emptied into a main drains. The main drains ran under the main street. Inspection manholes were provided at regular distances. Water supply was also good. Manholes or chambers were also there, and water supply was also good. All this show that an efficient civic administration must have existed in these cities and towns. Next one, buildings and houses. The people of the Indus Valley had built three categories of buildings. The Indus Valley civilization, they built three types of buildings. One is large buildings, the public bath, and the people's dwelling houses. The cities of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were divided into two parts. The cities in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, cities are divided into two parts. One is raised ground, it was called as a citadel. Raised ground and citadel. Second part of the city was known as lower level. The citadel had a large public buildings on it. These included the granaries, workshops, assembly hall, and the factories. Here, in the citadel, in a raised level, they had built granaries, workshops, assembly hall, and factories. In this, the first one, the Great Granary. The Great Granary at Harappa was the most important building in the citadel. It ran 46 meters long and 15 meters wide. Great granaries, these are what important buildings in the citadel in the city. The granaries were used to store food grains. The granaries, these were used to store the food grains were stored in these great granaries. The next one is the Great Public Bath at Mohenjo-daro. A great public bath was excavated at Mohenjo-daro. It was the most imposing structure in the city. It consisted of large quadrangle in the center with a large swimming enclosure. And 40 feet in length and 23 feet in width and 8 feet in depth. It had galleries and rooms on all sides, some of which had arrangements for hot water baths. If you see here, great bath, this was about 40 feet in length and 23 feet in width, isn't it? And all the four sides, it had rooms for changing the clothes. It had flight of steps at either end, was fed by a well in one of the rooms. It was used on religious occasions and festivals. It is said that this great bath was used for religious festivals and important festivals. Next one, the assembly hall and Lothal docks.